It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Hey everybody, Dan Millay with your sports here. Appreciate you joining us here at the Alamodome. We are wrapping up the boys basketball state championships. We saw 4 East Texas teams in action these last 2 days, and it all got started with Kenard. Tigers fans may want to look away for now, but for everybody else, in case y'all forgot, Jayton put on an absolute show in that 1A Division II state championship game, taking down Kenard 78-45. That's the Jaybirds' 3rd straight state title. They were led by Sean Staniland's 28-point, 15-rebound, 5-assist performance. The Birds were hitting shots from 3. They were getting to the rim and converting inside. They had everything working. Kenard did not have any answers. And again, that's their 3rd straight state title. The Alamodome is practically their home away from home. And according to Kenard head coach Jordan Driscoll, that might have played a factor in the outcome of that game.
I told him, last night, this morning, I'm like, look, they kind of have the advantage. This is kind of their backyard, and they're used to playing here. And I said, but it doesn't matter. I was like, that's why you play the game. Records don't mean anything. Rankings don't mean anything. You have the same shot they do. You just got to give it your all. And when we started to get down, it was like you're still at the top of the mountain. You got here. There's nothing to hang your heads about. And I think we battled till the end, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
So East Texas misses its first shot at state championship glory, but soon after Kenard took the floor, it was San Augustine against Panhandle in the 2A Division I title game. And this was definitely a closer contest. Wolves and Panthers going back and forth deep into the second half. In fact, with just 2.5 minutes left to go in the game, San Augustine led it 52-51. But in the end, Panhandle just had the right stuff. They won it 61-58, despite a really strong performance from the San Augustine junior Max Renfro. He had a game-high 22 points, representing for the Wolves and representing well for East Texas.
Max he really stepped up, and as you know, he's our quarterback, and in basketball you gotta have a quarterback too. He flipped the switch. I mean, he was real quiet at the start of football season, didn't say much, gotten a little better, but basketball came around, he stepped up, he hold his players, his teammates accountable and all that stuff. And that's one thing I can say. I'm proud of all of them, but he would definitely be a leader for our team next year.
So East Texas 0 for 2 at that point, but then it was time for the defending champs. Let's hear it for a rematch. Martins Mill against Lipan. And the story of the first half of that game, Martins Mill's shooting woes. They went into the breakdown 20-8, just 8 points in that first half, but went on a run in the third quarter, entered the fourth quarter down by just 2 points. But in that final frame, Lipan was perfect from the free throw line, 16 of 16. Martins Mill had to foul down the stretch, and the Indians were ready for it. They end up winning that ball game 47-34, sending home this really tight-knit Martins Mill team.
I'm going to tell you what we got up here. We've got some great humans. We've got some dudes that are going to make great fathers. We got some dudes that are going to make great husbands. They're going to be top of the line. Man, I can't talk about them. It's going to get me if I talk about them. They blessed me and my family, for whatever reason, God's blessed me to have some really good basketball teams and some really good players. And why he put me in there, these guys' life, I don't know. But, I told their parents before the game, I sent them a text, and I said, when I meet the good Lord one day, I'm going to give him a big fat high five for dropping me in the life of these kids. That's how much they mean to me.
So East Texas 0 for 3 in state championship play on Thursday, but they were leaving their most heartbreaking loss for Friday. We talked about it at 6, but Palestine Westwood lost to Paradise 52-51. And the thing about this game, Westwood was in the lead the entire time, the entire game until the last 33 seconds. The last 33 seconds, Paradise took the lead. Kavian Bryant missed a chance at a game winner at the very last second. So in the end, East Texas winless in San Antonio.
These guys have had this community on their backs this whole season. But I told them, I said, adversity, it builds character in us. And I told them, us coming up short, that God is up to something. It wasn't our time, and so we're just going to have faith. But I also told them, faith without work is dead. So we got to go and figure out how we can even get even better, put in the work, put in the valley work, and just just continue to, inspire this community with the way we play.
4 games and 4 losses for our East Texas teams, each one seemingly more heartbreaking than the last. It's been a tough 2 days here at the Alamodome. There's no way to sugarcoat that, but I got a feeling that next year we'll see some more teams competing for state championship glory right here in San Antonio. But for now, that's all we got for sports. We'll see y'all after the break.